Good day everyone, my name is Alec L. Melendres of BS Psychology 1Y2-4 and I will be discussing the two hemisphere which is the Southern Hemisphere and the Northern Hemisphere. Before we discuss the difference between the Northern and Southern Hemisphere, we should look back and define globalization. According to the National Geographic Organization, globalization is a term used to describe how trade and technology have made the world more connected and interdependent country. Globalization also captures in a wider scope in the economics and social changes, which means that every country has its own function, which is to interact with other countries that shows relationship with each other, and building relationship for the sake of their country. As we define globalization, it is related to the Global South and Global North. According to the Wikipedia, the Global North consists of world's developed countries, which means it is the top rank if every country is arranged. That means the rank gives them more power than countries that belong to the Global South. For it consists of the world's developing countries and the least developed countries, which are known for countries with not enough power in terms of characteristics. Now we will decipher what the two hemispheres are all about. Next is what is the characteristic of developed countries that gives them more power than the Global South. First, we should look at the politics that influence the country itself and how it is running. Next is the technology that gives advancements. Next is wealth and its demography that clearly gives a higher advantage to small countries. This illustration is to help readers to distinguish between or become familiar with the various countries that makes up the two hemispheres. On the map of those countries, we have included Austria. Based on available information, living in Austria is more expensive than it is globally. With housing and utility costs, Austria, which is regarded by the other nation as developed country, because it is a member of both European Union and North Atlantic Treaty Organization. On the other side of the South Hemisphere, countries that are developing, such as our own country, which is the Philippines, which is also developing, are far or not quite close to those other countries that are being said in the Northern Hemisphere. Next is what is the purpose of Global North and Global South. And according to the encyclopedia, that the Global North becomes synonymously with economic development and industrial region. The South represent are the previously colonized countries, which are in need of help in form of international aid agendas. Because we know that the Global North is in developed countries, while the other part, which is the Global South, is developing countries, and we use Global North and Global South to simplify the world order, ignoring interval variation within North and South, while negating commonalities that exist between these large diverse entities. And one of the examples is how we locate the Philippines. And we look through the Global South and the Global North, we could see that the Philippines is located in the Global South, and it is a developing country. I hope we understand how the two hemispheres work and to know what the countries represent in those areas, specifically to easily determine their backgrounds. In addition, the Global North is home to all the members of the G8 and to 4 of the 5 members of the UN Security Council, and you can find the United States, Canada, Western Europe, and developed parts of Asia, Australia, and New Zealand in the Global North. On the other side, the Global South consists of Africa, Latin America, and developing countries of Asia, including the Middle East. And to summarize, the Northern Hemisphere is made out of rich, industrialized, wealthy, democratic, capitalist countries, while the Southern Hemisphere is made out of developing nations and non-democratic countries.